Hello out there. This is your faithful crafter, the one-armed crafter. And tonight we are going to make a shaker card. I've got the products out that we're going to use. We've got a card base that is white. It is 8.5 long and 4.25 wide. And we are going to make it in a portrait. So it's up and down. We've got a floral piece that is going to go on the top. And if you've never made shaker cards, it takes a little bit of fine tuning, but it's really simple once you figure it out. I've got this little bubble here that has tape on one side, so we're going to cut a hole in our paper here, and I found a round ring that just fits it, so we're going to cut a hole in this paper. And then as a backing, because the hole's going to be here, as a backing for it, I've found a piece of scrap paper that I think will look good underneath. I also have some pink. It's not really glitter, it's more of a cellophane type, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's supposed to act like glitter, but it's more of a cellophane. But I think it'll look really pretty in there. And then I also have a little bit of mixed glitter that I'll throw in just to see what happens. But let's get started. Are you ready? All right. So first of all, let's cut the hole in this. I want it centered. That looks pretty centered. I've got a couple of pieces of, Lord, I can't remember anything tonight. Washi tape. That's it. And it's new washi tape. I've not used it on anything. So I'm going to stick it on my shirt just for a minute and pull it back off to make sure that when I pull it off of this paper, it's not going to tear that paper. So I'm going to put it in my Gemini Junior. Let's get all this out. Got the bottom plate. Then I've got my plastic plate, the magnet plate. I'll take this where I've taped it on. On this Gemini Junior, you have to turn this stuff upside down. It's different than those where you crank it. Let's put that where you can see it. And as you can see, this plate is really warped, but we're going to use it anyway. It still works fine. So I'm going to put it in with the warped side. So hang on a minute. Let me cut this. You'll hear it cutting. I hope y'all are enjoying some of these videos that I'm doing. I think I've mentioned earlier that I'm going to open up an Etsy shop. So this particular video is aimed for something I'm going to be selling on Etsy, which are kits to make your own card. And I'm going to show you how to do these shaker cards so that those who buy the kits will be able to follow the instructions. All right, let's see if we can peel this off without tearing anything. Well, I'm tearing the tape, but let's see if I can get it peeled. Yeah, it's not tearing the paper. So that's one of the reasons why, if you're using brand new washi tape, put it on your jeans or your shirt, and just stick it on there and then peel it off. It will still stick, but it won't tear the paper as it comes off. All right, so now we've got that done. Now what this is going to do is it's going to sit underneath like that. So the next thing I need to do is cut the back. This is going to go in, get a hold of it here. This is going to go in like that. So that's going to be the back. And then you'll have the white rim around it. So I need to make it bigger so that it can cover this whole thing on the back of this card so you don't see it. So let's move this, and we're going to do the same thing with this paper, but we're cutting a bigger hole, and this is the scrap paper. I reorganized my scrap papers the other day, and I had watched somebody on YouTube that organized them by size, so I did that. And after I got all the way through, I thought, what am I doing? I don't pick a scrap paper out because of its size. I pick it out because of the color. So I went back and did it all again. So we're getting the Gemini ready again to cut the circle out. See, I'm going to try to straighten this out a little bit, and I'm going to flip it here and get it lengthwise. You'll hear the Gemini again. I've said many times that I can't pick the Gemini up with one hand. It's quite heavy, so it's a little cumbersome for me, so you'll just have to trust that that's exactly what I'm doing as I'm cutting over there. All right, let's get that out of the way. Now we're going to peel this paper up. This is the same paper we used for, or not paper, tape. Peel this tape up. It's the same tape I used before, so it shouldn't tear anything. And let's see if we can pop this little circle out. There we go. Set that off to the side. All right. So now we're going to, these little bubbles, I've got some mason jar ones too that are really cute. They come from Amazon. I'm sure they have all kinds of sizes, or not sizes, designs. I haven't looked for any besides the bubbles and the mason jars. They come with a little film over the top, so you can see this is the upside down dome, and this is the top of the dome. So I'm just gonna stick this little needle here until I can get a hold of that cover, and it's just a protective cover. Peel it off, get rid of it, and now we're going to reverse this, and this is going to go in here like so. And then we're going to fill it. We're going to take this sticky tape off. Then we will turn and put this on top of here. It'll all be flat at that point. And then we'll flip it over and put it on the card. So it's really not hard at all to do. So let's see if I've got, looks like there's something in that I don't like. It looks like a defect in the bubble. Okay, I'm going to get another bubble because that one, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little scratch. Let's see if it's tape. If it'll wash. Oh yeah, it's going to wash out. Let me throw just a little bit of alcohol in it. I don't know how it got there, but that's just some regular rubbing alcohol. And I'll take a paper towel. And we're going to rub it and see if we can get that out of there. Let me get it away from the paper before I spill it on the paper. And then I'd have to cut more paper. Let's see if that cleaned it. Yeah, it took it out. I don't know what that was, but it looks much better now. Okay. Have to watch things like that, you know. Sometimes they just get a little gunk on them. All right, so I've got this little paper cup that I've used multiple times, and I'm going to set it on top of that paper cup. And I'm going to open this glitter. It's a guessing game as to how much to use. I don't use a terrible amount of money, amount of glitter, because I want you to be able to see the paper behind it. So I'm just going to sprinkle some in here. That should be enough. And just to give it a little highlight, I'm going to give it just a little bit of this glitter. If you can find chunky glitter, it works best in these, I think. But, you know, that's just a preference. Let's see if I can get it out. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right. Now, we got to take this tape off. I might should have done that first, but then again, when I have done that first, then the glitter gets stuck up here. I mean, there's some laying there now, but it's not stuck on. See if I can do this without dumping it. Oh, there we go. Being ever so careful. Let me get a hold of it with my fingernail, maybe. And of course, I pressed it right back down, so let's try that again. Try not to spill it everywhere. All right, there it comes. Let's see if I can get a hold of it. I got my needle there in the middle of the glitter. Oh, Lordy. That's what happens when you don't have that extra hand. Which I went to the prosthetic guy yesterday, and we talked about the possibility of getting me an arm with a hand on it. He offered me a hook. I said absolutely not. I don't want a hook. I would rather not have anything than to have a hook. Not to say those people that use hooks, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not what I want. Sorry guys, I know you're cringing watching me do this. I'm cringing myself, because I know what's going to happen if I spill this. And it's a real possibility. So here we go. Okay, I almost got it off, yay! All right, I've got one piece stuck up here that I'm going to try to get down. A couple of little pieces there. I'm not worried about that. That's not going to show. But this one's going to show. All right. Okay. Now, we are ready for this piece of paper to go upside down, stick to it. We can lift it, flip it over, and there is our dome. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put that inside there. And I might want to do something on the outside of that. We'll see. I have not decided what this is going to be, whether it's going to be a birthday card or thinking of you card. You know, we can determine that later. But for right now, this is just 2 pieces. The dome is secure. So let's do some glue and get this all taken care of. So let's put some glue around this first. I'm using my Bearly Art craft glue. I love this stuff. And I'm going to show you how I get it to... I know they've got sticky mats out. I need to get one. I've tried to use my Cricut mats to hold things, but they're so old. So I just use tape right now to hold it in place while I glue. If I can get the glue to come out. Let me poke this again with my little needle. If I can get it lined up. All right. This is going to be pretty. Can embellish it with jewels. Having trouble with my glue, guys. Don't know what's the matter here. Haven't used it all day and it's been sealed up, but sometimes it just gets a little stuck. There we go. Getting a little more out. You could use tape. I just like to use glue, especially this kind of glue. It glues clear, so you don't have to worry about it getting, you know, where you don't want it and showing. So we glue that down. What do you think? So far, so good? All right. Now, we're going to pick up the whole thing. And we're going to flip it over. We'll press it down a little bit more where that ring was. This is going to be glued again, so we don't have to worry too much about it. But we're going to glue this onto the card. I didn't tell you, but this decorator paper here is measures 5 1/4 by 4. It's just a little smaller, about a quarter of an inch smaller on all sides than the card itself, so that you have a border of the color of the card. Okay, I think I've got enough glue. I'm going to stick that needle back down in there before I go off and forget it. They've got these, I think they're called a glue press. I've been wanting to order one, but I watched this YouTuber that sells them. I know that they're everywhere, but her store is always out of them. Okay, we're going to try to line this up so that it's got a white border equal on all edges. And Okay. Move it up a little bit. It's going to be more on the sides. I think I cut this one a little different, but it's okay. It works. There's your shaker card. Let's decide how to finish it off. Okay, the inside is blank because right now I don't even know what I'm going to say as a sentiment on it. So let's look at some of my sentiments that I have. I have a little shoebox full. And we have to find something that will fit. That is too big. It says, "Go forth and party, happy birthday." This one works. Sending happy birthday hugs. I like that one. Praying for your speedy recovery. Let's see. I don't know that that goes with a shaker card. I think happy birthday. Sending happy birthday hugs. Let's go with that one. And I'm going to pop it up on a dimensional so that it stands up as well as this. And I'll give you a little tip that I learned, and I hope I'm saying this right. When you're mailing these cards that are a little more in depth than just a regular flat card, you need to get, and I'm thinking it's called a butterfly stamp. It costs the same, but that stamp from the post office alerts the person who's processing the mail not to put it through the machine that will flatten this. So that's a good tip to know. If you're just going to hand it to someone, then that's fine. But if you're going to put it in the mail, anything that's a dimensional like this, that's raised to a significance, then you need to get that butterfly stamp. Now, if I were to put this here, it would cover that one rose. So I have a blank space here. I think I will put it here. I could put it here, but I think I like putting it right here on this blank space. And let's put a couple of jewels on it. Let's see, what do I have? I have some clear ones. Let's see, I've got some pink ones. Let's do some pink. I got some pink ones. I think I like the pink ones. Everything's kind of got the pink on it. I have some pearls, but I think I like the pink. So let's go with the pink. And we're going to put a couple of pinks on there. Let me find my little pokey tool. It's gonna, I'm calling it a pokey tool. It's not a pokey tool. It's a tool that has putty in it. It's called a pick-me-up. And it's got a little bit of putty in the end. Let's see, I think I'll go with this medium size. Looks like I've got something else stuck to this paper, but that's okay. I got something else stuck to it now. Okay. There we go. I don't know why, but somebody said you always do jewels in threes. I have no idea why. My putty is about out, I think, on this. So we'll put 2 there. We'll go 1 over here. And I might do a couple of little ones around just to decorate it a little bit more. There's so many things you can do to these to dress them up. Let's put a couple over here and I think we'll be done. All right, what do you think? It's a cute little shaker card. And it says, sending happy birthday hugs. All right, we're done for the evening. I hope you will join me again. Your faithful crafter, saying good night all, and God bless.